Hey, welcome back to Mortgage Secrets. Last time I talked about 5 different types of income that you can use to leverage, and out of a lot of them. So today we're going to continue with that series of another 5 type of income you can use to qualify for mortgage. Let's go. The first one for today is the employment offer letters or contract. Well, what does that mean? Meaning that a lot of time when you are switching between companies or moving from a different place with a new employment, people assume that you need to start the job and work for 6 months, a year before you can qualify for mortgage. That's not necessarily true. As long as you can have a employment offer letter that's stating your term, meaning how much you're making, pay either yearly or hourly or weekly, and then if you are a full-time employee, and when is your start date. You can use that as an income to qualify for mortgage. 2 types of situation, right? One is that if your start dates happen before you close the house and you're going to receive the pay stub, the first pay stub before closing the house, then we can just use that. The second, you don't even need to have an employment pay stub if your start date is after the closing. Now, the maximum start date can only be 90 days after closing. So for example, if you want to buy the house in April, but your job start in July, that's okay. But if you start in August, then we'll have to wait until May to close. The second one is called employment related asset as qualifying income. That's including 401k, IRA, SAP, or Kellogg plans. I know we don't have a lot of Kellogg plans anymore, but mostly people are going to have 401k. Now, there's a little bit of restriction to this, is that you will have to be 59 and a half or older before start using this kind of income. But nevertheless, if you have a decent side of 401k, you can use that asset in there to qualify as its income. The third one for today is what's called foreign income. A lot of time, many of us are hired by a foreign company and we're receiving the income from overseas, or you actually work outside of US for a certain period of time and then come back and live here, but you still want to buy a house in the US. Those kind of foreign income, we can use that. Now, the condition is that you need to file the tax for at least 2 years. So that way we can use that as qualifying income. So the fourth one today is the foster care income. If you are been taking care of children and receiving state or federal income for doing so, you can also use that at another type of income to qualify. In the event that you have less than 2 years, you still need to have at least 1 year to show that you've been receiving this type of income, but you cannot use it without the other type of income to support. So for example, if you receiving foster care for $2,000 a month for only 12 months or 14 months, but it's less than 2 years, your total qualified income of other needs to be at least $6,000, or else you will not be able to use this $2,000. For more detail, just DM me or call me. The fifth one today is we can use as qualified income. It's called housing allowance. If you receive this type of allowance or income for at least 1 year, and also can show that you will also still receiving it for the next at least 3 years, we can also use this kind of income as well. Just make sure that you have all the documents that's supporting that. The only trick is that you cannot use it to offset the housing expense. It has to be added to income instead of canceling out the housing expenses. However, if you're in the military and you're receiving housing allowance from the military pay, that's different. That's still considered a military benefit, and it's calculated differently. You don't need to prove the 3-year continuance or been receiving at least a year. If you were receiving housing allowance from military, I believe only minimum 3 months to require. So keep that in mind. So these are another 5 types of income that you can use to qualify for mortgage. If you haven't seen the first video of the other types, feel free to check out the link in the description or click the link right here. We are going to continue to have another video about more type of income that using you for qualifying mortgage. If you like what you see and you find it beneficial, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, or hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on the future valuable videos. Again, welcome to Mortgage Secret, and see you in the next video.